Okay, so let's talk about the backswing. During my lessons that I have pretty much every day, I see a lot of movements that would later cause a lot of downswing problems, over the top, from the outside. So what I'd like to talk about is how we can go about maybe fixing a few things in the backswing, a few checkpoints that we can use to to check if our backswing is on plane, have a backswing that is going to be efficient and help us a little bit more when we come down into the downswing. Yeah, okay. The first part of the backswing, there's a few theories about this, but I always like to say the first 12 inches of the backswing, okay, the club is just moving straight. Okay, so this can cause problems. There's no inside or outside, so the club is moving pretty much straight down the ball to target line. Okay, a few ideas. Some people talk about taking the club back and the hips are not moving. Others like a one-piece takeaway. I'm more towards the one-piece takeaway. Okay, so we get everything moving straight down the target line. Okay, and we're not, what I see a lot, you can check this for you guys, is the people turning the body and the arms and hands are going backwards. Okay, roundabout. Okay, what I really like to see in the backswing, because this is creating a lot of problems in the downswing as well, is if you guys check this, is if you are using your arms and wrists to rotate the club into the backswing. So that club is now totally open. Okay, and this is going to cause problems when you come down again. So if I'm checking the backswing, I like when the club is round about parallel with the ground, that the club is still at a 45-degree angle. That is actually square, okay, because that's the same angle as my spine. Okay, so we don't want, that is not square, that is open. If I'm coming down, that club is still open. Okay, so we got the first 12 inches, we're turning, getting the club, okay, pretty much into that position, and then I'm going to start cocking the wrists. Okay, so if I put a T inside the back of the club, if that's my ball to target line, I would like that T to be pointing on the ball to target line. Now you guys, that's a good checkpoint to have, because I see a lot of that or a lot of that. Okay, so we can see the T, and that club is now, if my T is pointing onto the ball to target line, that club is on plane. Okay, we see a lot of steep. Okay, so that club is now not on plane. When you're coming down, you're going to have a lot of compensations to get that club back to the ball. Okay, so got 12 inches, square club face, T pointing towards the ball to target line. Big problems can cause the pivot or the turn. Okay, so still got my T, great exercise. If I'm turning, my T is now pointing about a yard in front of the ball. Do that again. So you got to check that, because I see a lot of standing up. Okay, so the players are then losing their angles. Okay, so really want shoulder angle to be on plane. Okay, I think it's about 33 degrees we talk about there. Doesn't matter if it's 32, it's okay. Yeah, okay, but getting into that position. Okay, and then I get to the top of my backswing. So maybe things we can have a look at here are that tee is still pointing towards the ball to target line pretty much, okay? It's a bit of a longer ball to target line. You can check my club is now over my shoulder. So things that I see a lot is getting the club too steep. And more common is somebody who's trying to go inside because they think if they go inside, they're going to come from the inside. That doesn't make sense, but okay. So the club too flat at the back. Okay. So we got good position there, cocking the wrists, getting to the top of the back. Okay, so just maybe something to check. Okay, we can maybe talk about that later, but something to check is the position of your wrist. Okay, so just a general rule is we say your club should be at 45 degrees at the top. Okay, so if the club is like that, it's going to be open. If it's like that, it's going to be closed. Okay, so we would really like maybe to see a flat wrist at the top. Okay, if I'm cocking the wrist too much and the wrist has gone into that position, if I'm going to come down, that club is going to be open. Okay, so it's all about controlling club face and plane and things like that. So I would really like to see the backswing is controlling the club face. So I'd really like to see positions here, positions here, positions at the top. Okay, so those are checkpoints for you. If you're slicing the ball, if your ball is going to the right, and say the backswing could be an issue. Okay, so just check that. Okay, thank you.